You're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 11. The YWCA South Hampton Roads provides quality services that respond to the critical needs of women and families dealing with crisis. Here's a look at how the YWCA is helping to empower women in our community.
This is a new movement, a movement of young women working together for the changes they want to see in their futures.
Courageous women of the past got together and wouldn't take no for an answer. But you know what? We can't stop now. There are issues still there for women, for this generation. Don't take no for an answer. Own your power.
As young women, we need to get together and support each other.
Will I have access to the same jobs that men do? Will I be paid the same?
We are a generation committed to social activism and racial justice.
Violence against women, affirmative action, hate crimes. Quality child care, equal pay, workplace equality. 22 million.
22 million. 22 million women can change the world.
I worry a lot about other young working mothers having access to affordable child care and health care.
You know, health care is a right that should be demanded, that we should fight for, that we should all have.
We need to help women globally.
How do we get involved? We need to get together to fight for social change. It's our turn.
We're in this together. College women,
It's our turn.
working women, young moms,
It's our turn.
young professionals, all of us. Together, we are one.
We are all women, and we're in this together.
Now is the time to work together and own this.
What's my issue? Working together for women around the world.
I'm a woman of color, and I know there are issues we can work on across all racial lines. Eliminate racism.
Empower women.
Eliminate racism.
Let's own it.
Own it.
Own our power. 22 million women will change the world.
Here to talk about the quality services and programs that the YWCA has to offer is Executive Director Ruth Jones. Thank you for joining me on the show.
Thank you so much
What
for
a
having me.
powerful segment there.
It is. I feel inspired every time I watch that video because it reminds me of who we are and why we're here in this community.
So the YWCA, Ruth, has been around for more than 100 years. Talk about the impact that this organization has had in terms of empowering women and eliminating racism.
You know, the YWCA South Hampton Roads was actually founded in 1911 to meet the housing needs of women who were moving into the city of Norfolk for jobs. Believe it or not, we started as two separate organizations, one for white women and one for black women. But after the women's suffrage and civil rights movements, we came together as one organization and one voice for all women. During our first 100 years of service, we've provided programs for over 250,000 women and their families here in this community.
Wow. Now, all of the programs generally fall under two service areas, youth services and women's services. Can you expand on those a little?
Yes. Under the umbrella of youth services, we have high quality, affordable child care. We believe very strongly that women should have the right to work and earn a living wage for their families. We provide those programs in 5 Norfolk public schools, and we're really excited that they've been around for a number of years. New to youth services this year is our AmeriCorps program. We are currently recruiting 14 Corps members who will develop and implement civic engagement activities that improve math and reading for children. We were recently selected by Tidewater Community College to operate licensed child care centers on their 4 campuses in Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Portsmouth. So we are expanding in a very thoughtful and deliberate way in terms of the services for children. Under the umbrella of women's services, Gary, we have our emergency shelter and housing programs for victims of domestic violence. Our housing options range from emergency shelter to permanent housing, depending on the needs of women and their families.
And if someone needed that, is this a 24-hour service? I mean, because these situations don't happen
Yes.
9 to 5, obviously.
24 hours, 7 days a week. Individuals can call our hotline at 757-226-YWCA. We're the largest provider of sexual assault support services here in the region. Under that program, we have counseling, we have legal advocacy, hospital accompaniment, and educational outreach. So we're very proud, again, of the programs we have and the two umbrellas, youth services and women's services, that we know.
Talk a little bit about how you've integrated also a focus on racial justice throughout all of your programs.
You know,
And why is this important?
It's important because women and racial minorities have unique experiences when it comes to accessing housing, education, childcare, and even things like culturally sensitive counseling. So we not only integrate racial justice into our daily programs, but we have projects that we do throughout the year.
So YWCA, it's often confused, and I'm guilty of this, confused with the Y.
Yes.
But the W really makes the difference. So talk a little bit about why the W really makes the difference here.
The W makes all the difference because we were a movement started by women for women. And our goal really is to be a voice for all women in this community. We want to raise awareness among women about the movement, and we ultimately want them to own it.
Now, for the people who watch this segment, they are inspired, they want to help, they want to get involved. What do they do?
Visit our website, www.ywca-shr.org. We want them to connect, act, and donate to support our cause.
Well, Ruth, thank you for your leadership and all that the YWCA is doing in our community.
Thank you.
After the break, reuse, reduce, and recycle. We can actually make a difference if we all do our part looking after the environment. We'll tell you what Cox is doing to reduce our carbon footprint. We'll be right back with more Cox Connections.